600,000 people go missing in the United States each year. Tens of thousands remain mysteriously missing.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Mysteriously Missing. I'm Karen.
And I'm Carl.
This episode discusses the disappearance of Virgil Owen Bussell, or Bussell, Bussell, and he's junior. Virgil often goes by Uppity or Buscat. The date of his last contact is reported as March 1st, 2020, although dates vary, and we'll get into that.
This episode retraces Virgil's last known location in Wetch Peck, California. This is in Humboldt County, specifically in the area of Highway 96 and Deerhorn Road near Wetch Peck.
And if you look at Google Maps satellite, Deerhorn Road is a windy, wooded, mountainous, isolated, and long back road.
Wetch Peck is 10 miles north of the Hoopa Reservation.
The Native American Indian tribe of Hoopa Valley is from northwestern California. Hoopa is a rural town located entirely on the reservation. Hoopa is on the Trinity River. The language of the Hoopa is Athabascan.
A brief description of the case. Humboldt County Sheriff's deputies searched for Virgil, a native man in the area of Highway 96 and Deerhorn Road in Wetch Peck. Virgil's truck was found abandoned on a rural back road with cut firewood in the back on March 25th, 2020. It was 3 to 4 miles up Deerhorn Mountain on the Wetch Peck side.
His daughter stated on her Facebook page that he knows these mountains like the back of his hand. The mountains were his playground growing up. He's definitely a survivalist around here.
We believe after researching his case that he lived a quiet, rather reclusive life.
His family states they are missing a piece of their heart.
Virgil went missing at age 52. His current age would be 52 to 53 years old. He is 5'8". He's American Indian and Alaska Native from the Hoopa tribe.
Virgil is approximately 180 pounds with black hair that is graying, a beard, and brown eyes. He was last seen wearing a hooded sweatshirt, blue jeans, and work boots.
Regarding his piercing and tattoos, Virgil has numerous tattoos on both arms, shoulders, and his chest. On his right upper arm, he has Buscat tattooed and a noticeable lump on his forehead.
He has a daughter, Alicia Audelo. She is married with children. Virgil has a twin sister. We believe her name is Verna, and that was pretty much the family we could glean off of the news reports that we investigated.
So as we pieced together the timeline, there were some conflicting points, but we put it together as best we could based on our research.
Virgil's daughter, Alicia, stated, "It has been roughly about 3 weeks since he'd been to my house, so I kind of had a feeling that something wasn't right because he always comes to my house."
Virgil's twin sister posted on social media inquiring if anyone had seen her brother. Someone did comment that they had seen his vehicle on Deerhorn Road, explained Alicia.
So that's how the family must have found his truck.
Sunday, March 15th. Alicia said in one report that this was the last time Virgil was seen.
However, his reported date of last contact on the NamUs database is March 1st. On his missing person poster, there is a quote, "Virgil Bussell, Jr., or Bussell, was last seen in the month of February 2020 by his family and has not been heard from since." And his daughter stated at one point he was last seen on Sunday, March 15th.
So these varying reports on the actual last time he was seen may be because he lived a quiet, rather solitary life and didn't communicate often with others.
March 25th, 2020, a Wednesday. Alicia said when they arrived to the area where her dad's truck was found, police were already there.
So apparently the family must have informed the police about their post on social media that was inquiring if anyone had seen Virgil, and then told the sheriff that someone said they saw his truck.
Virgil's vehicle was found on Deerhorn Road, parked at an incline with a full load of wood in it. The windows were rolled down, his keys were in there, and the jacket that he always wears was on the passenger side seat.
It was not like him to leave his truck open like that, his daughter said. I think it is way out of character for him to leave his truck like that for any amount of time. Alicia speculated that her father could have been out there cutting wood or possibly mushrooming.
Deputies searched the surrounding area that Wednesday night.
March 26, a Thursday, the next day. Humboldt County Sheriff's Office continued their investigation.
March 27th, the Sheriff's Special Services Unit, the Sheriff's Search and Rescue Posse, and the Hoopa Volunteer Fire Department did an extensive ground search of the area. Teams searched through thick vegetation and rugged terrain in an effort to locate Virgil or any evidence of his location, officials said.
Alicia, Virgil's daughter, stated that a K-9 unit searched the area where the truck was abandoned for any scent of Virgil. She recounted how the handler went to Virgil's truck and got out an article of clothing to help aid in the search. And when she came off of the hill, the dog wasn't picking up his scent anywhere. At that point, Alicia characterized the search for her father as kind of at a standstill.
April 9th, 2020, over 2 weeks after his truck was located, Special Services personnel from the Sheriff's Office conducted an air search of the area via helicopter with negative results.
And we would like to extend our sincere thanks to Cold Case Mendocino. They do a remarkable job telling the story of the missing and murdered in the Mendocino area.
April 11th, 2020. Missing and murdered Indigenous woman activist Jessie Armstrong volunteered to assist Virgil's family in their search for their loved one.
Additionally, Northern California tracker Kevin Hodgen was recruited by Jessie to scour the site that the truck was discovered in order to determine what could have happened to Virgil before he disappeared.
Kevin is an Eastern Humboldt man who's been around for over 20 years and has been to a few classes by the famous world tracker Joel Harden out of Idaho. Joel Harden has trained a lot of military and law enforcement personnel.
Saying that they've been left without support from law enforcement, the family collaborated with Humboldt County local Jessie Armstrong to assist in determining the fate of Virgil.
Jessie describes himself as a missing and murdered Indigenous woman and men's activist who hopes to shake things up in communities prone to silence by assisting families in finding answers.
Jessie said that the community's extreme reluctance to relinquish information about Virgil's disappearance was exemplified for him when he found a purposefully placed message of intimidation on Deerhorn Road, a fake human skull in the middle of the road.
That's pretty sad. Jessie also traveled to the site where Virgil's truck was found and located a grove of fallen trees where he believes Virgil cut wood. He says the wood there is the same type of wood found in the bed of Virgil's truck.
According to Jessie, conversations around the Wetchpeck community suggest 3 to 4 suspects are involved with Virgil's disappearance. He said that the suspects are drug addicts who might have grown aggressive when they found Virgil cutting wood off Deerhorn Road.
According to Jessie, Kevin saw signs of a physical struggle near the grove where Virgil was believed to have been felling trees and parallel drag marks from there indicating a body was dragged. The tracker reports being able to track the drag marks to the home of a person that the family considers a suspect.
Based on these findings, Virgil's family is fearing the worst. His daughter said she fears that my dad was murdered and his body was hidden.
Humboldt County Sheriff's Office at this point had yet to assign a lead detective to the case. HCSO's Public Information Officer Samantha Cargus explained, "The case is in our Criminal Investigations Division. There's not a lead detective on it just yet. Our lieutenant is working on it and is going to be assigning someone. He is doing a review over the initial investigative work that's been happening."
Public Information Officer Cargus discussed some of the impediments investigating Virgil's disappearance. The difficult part about this case is the timeline is so long ago with regard to being able to find somebody in a search and rescue situation. No one had heard from Mr. Bussell in about 1 to 3 weeks.
She continued, "We've heard varying stories about people thinking they had seen him. We don't even have the last known location for him. That definitely makes the case difficult. However, it doesn't make the case cold. We are definitely still investigating. We need the community's help to let us know if they've seen him or if they have any information regarding his whereabouts.
In the preceding days, the Humboldt County Sheriff's Office had conducted a 2-day ground search partnering with the Sheriff's Special Services Unit, the Sheriff's Search and Rescue Posse, and the Hoopa Volunteer Fire Department in order to comb the densely vegetated area where the truck was located.
According to Officer Kargas, based on these efforts, investigators have yet to determine whether a crime has been committed. She added, "We are still investigating whether or not foul play was involved or if he left on his own."
According to Virgil's daughter Alicia, after these initial search efforts, they haven't had any law enforcement help with searching since.
And then Alicia was contacted by an anonymous individual demanding a ransom for the return of her father. Via text message, the anonymous individual claimed to be a fugitive, human trafficker, drug trafficker who was holding Virgil.
The individual demanded $7,000. If the demands were not met, the individual threatened, "I will kill him and drop his lifeless body off the road." Regarding the author of the ransom texts, Alicia believes that this was some sick person that was trying to scam her to get money, but that the local sheriff's office didn't even read them and at least try to assure her that they could try and trace to find this person.
"It's pretty messed up," Alicia said. "For someone to prey on someone who has a missing loved one is heartless."
Cold Case Mendocino asked the Humboldt County Sheriff's Office, HCSO, about this, and in response they said the following: "This, unfortunately, is a common scam that has occurred for several missing persons cases."
They continued, "Scammers typically access the missing person's information from shared posts on social media and use it to scam missing person's family out of hundreds of thousands of dollars. This is a separate crime, and we encourage those experiencing this type of scam to contact their local law enforcement."
Alicia said it didn't just happen to her, but also to other families.
April 28, 2020, the Humboldt County Sheriff's Office said they explored many leads, including the possibility of foul play.
"My father would never leave his truck like that," Virgil's daughter said. "At this point, it looks like his truck was planted there."
It's been over a month since his disappearance, and Alicia said she's felt alone from the start.
"We just got a lead detective on the case just recently. We've been trying to call but haven't gotten much feedback," Alicia said. "Basically, myself and my family are doing most of the investigating."
The sheriff's office explained that most of the information provided about the case has been second or third layer hearsay, with no first-hand witnesses stepping forward to provide verifiable statements at this point.
That being said, any information provided is currently being thoroughly investigated, the Humboldt County Sheriff's Office said. "I think somebody did something to my dad," Alicia said. "We've given them everything that they need. It's going to get ugly. We want him home."
The sheriff's office said at this point foul play cannot be ruled out, nor can it be substantiated.
Alicia said they have been personally following up on any leads they find. However, there is only so much they can do, they explained.
Cops honestly need to follow up on the leads, Alicia said. "We're not cops. We'll go to any length that we need to go to get our father."
"We know people know what happened to our father. We just want somebody to find it in their heart to say something. He's very loved. We just want him home. We just need somebody to come forward with what they know."
Whether it be anonymously or anything, just get a hold of my sister's number. It's on the flyer of the sheriff's department. We just need help to find and locate our father.
April 29th, 2020, a NamUs case was created.
The Hoopa Valley Tribe offered $15,000 to help locate Virgil. They report he disappeared in late February. According to a poster published by the tribe, the reward is being offered to anyone that offers information that leads to the arrest and convictions of the person or persons involved in his disappearance and his discovery.
Hoopa Valley Tribe Chairman Byron Nelson Jr. said the tribe is one big family, and when someone is in trouble, the tribe does everything it can to help.
In response to the tribe's contribution, Alicia said, "I am very thankful that our tribe is offering the $15,000 reward. I'm very hopeful that someone will step up and lead us to my dad. Like I said before, we will not stop. My father is loved beyond words, and my family and I just want him home."
June 13th, 2020. A middle-aged male was located deceased in the area known as Camp Krusty at the south end of the Hoopa Valley Indian Reservation. Hoopa Valley Tribal Police responded to the scene and were assisted by the Humboldt County Sheriff's Office. Due to the unknown cause of death of the unidentified male, the Humboldt County Sheriff's Office will be investigating the incident.
And at the date of our recording, there is no update on this deceased man. Additionally, according to NamUs, Humboldt County has 34 missing person cases currently. The Northwest California area where Virgil disappeared has had its share of missing persons.
Aliana Gordon, a 17-year-old girl from Fortuna, California, told her grandmother that she was going to take a nap on May 1st. But later that day, her grandmother discovered she had run away from their Whitehorn home. Aliana, who also goes by the name Anna, was seen in the afternoon of April 30th by her aunt near Whitethorn Junction.
On May 16, 2020, Michael Wade, a 64-year-old Trinity County man, met up with a female friend for breakfast. After their meal, the pair walked to a Big Bar's post office where they went separate directions. This would be the last time anyone has seen Wade. Wade's daughter, Vanessa Graham, hopes that someone saw him that day and can help locate him.
Asha Kramer was far away from her Australia home in the early fall of 2015, living on Mendocino County's primitive coastline. On September 21, 2015, Jemai and Sally Scale thought it beneficial to get Asha out of the house, sightsee, and eat a meal at a local restaurant. The trio went to Point Arena's Rollerville Cafe for breakfast.
Asha did not touch her plate, engaged little in conversation, and told Gail she was going to use the restroom. This would be the last confirmed sighting of Asha. 5 years later, Asha's fate remains a mystery to loved ones and law enforcement.
Nick Vigil, a 38-year-old man who lived in Fortuna, California, has been missing since late February. On the morning of the 25th, Vigil left his mother Debbie Friziello's Fortuna home without indicating where he was going and never came back.
Dwayne Lawrence called his mother on the night of January 29, 2019 at approximately 6 p.m. He was at the Fort Bragg Dollar Tree purchasing a flashlight. This conversation between Dwayne and his mother would be their last. And these are just a few of the cases missing in this area that's remote in the northwestern part of California.
Besides the missing in this area, NamUs reports 415 missing American Indian Alaskan natives in the United States.
But Mesky Yatsayte, and I'll spell that Meskeeyatsayte, a Navajo citizen who tracks and shares information on the missing and murdered on Facebook, believes these numbers represent the tip of the iceberg.
Complex jurisdictional rules mean that some crimes fall under state, local, or federal jurisdiction, and some fall through the cracks.
Most tribal police forces are limited in resources and manpower, and some are responsible for reservations the size of small U.S. states.
So let's recap. Virgil Bussell Jr., who often goes by Uppity or Buscat, disappeared sometime in late February or early March. His truck was found abandoned on a rural back road with cut firewood in the back on March 25, 2020. It was 3 to 4 miles up Deerhorn Mountain on the Wetchpeck side.
If Kevern, the tracker, cited drag marks at the site of where Virgil was cutting wood, were photos taken and evidence presented to the sheriff's office?
According to Jesse, conversations around the Wetchpeck community suggest 3 to 4 suspects are involved with Virgil's disappearance. He said that the suspects are drug addicts who might have grown aggressive when they found Virgil cutting wood off of Deerhorn Road.
We assume Virgil had a firewood cutting permit, but did he stumble upon a marijuana grow or enter someone's private land that led to a confrontation?
Have these individuals been interviewed by the sheriff's department?
Was the fake human skull placed in the middle of the road taken in for evidence and tested?
Rural residents can be tight-lipped about coming forward with information to help solve a case, and this is often due to the fact that these are small communities where people know each other or know of each other. What else would help bring this testimony to the police? There is an anonymous tip line, and a reward from the tribe is quite substantial. Won't someone come forward and help this family?
There is not a missing Virgil Bussell or Bussell Facebook page. Alicia has a personal Facebook page, and Virgil is not listed on the Charlie Project.
Now, there is a GoFundMe account that was created by Alicia to incentivize members of the public to come forward and offer information about her dad's whereabouts.
Cold Case Mendocino works hard to tell the story of the missing and murdered. If you appreciate their efforts, please consider donating.
Anyone who saw Virgil in the last weeks of February or March, or anyone who has information regarding his whereabouts, should contact the Humboldt County Sheriff's Office. Their phone number is 707-445-7251, or contact the Sheriff's Office Crime Tip Line at 707-268-2539.
It's time to get some answers for Virgil's family and community. Everyone deserves to have law enforcement's 100% support in bringing their loved one home, even if, as we feel, he is a quiet, private man, such as Virgil. Thank you, everyone, for joining us here at Mysteriously Missing.
Thanks, everyone.